Well, good morning, dear.
Good morning.
I'm in my daughter's bed because I fucked up my back. Apparently, it's not a good idea to put your sewing machine on the floor and sew a quilt.
Because that was the only surface large enough.
Yes.
And doesn't quilting require a pretty large table, like massive?
Well, it depends on how big your quilt is and how you're attaching all of the pieces. So if you've got your quilt top and your batting and your back. So this quilt is probably like a throw blanket size, so not enormous, right? Like, if you're doing, like, a really good queen size or a king size quilt, you have to you do that with a long arm machine, which is the big 14-foot machines that
Mhm.
anyways, so you have to, like, send that off to a quilt shop for somebody to
Oh,
do it for you.
dude, I totally forgot to do this. Hang on.
What? Ah, I feel like we're official. That was really cute.
I got it for something else, and it's a whiteboard,
Yeah?
and Ellie wanted to um, do it for me. So,
Oh, look at her. Oh,
yeah,
that's so
when you
cute.
record live, which I have to do on Thursday, it helps you line up the tracks when you get home because they're all recorded in different machines and different SD
Yeah.
cards.
Oh,
So
that's really cute.
I finally ordered a mini one. Sorry for the interruption.
I love it. No. But anyway, so, but I was, like, determined to, like, power through this quilt because it's for, a former coworker had a baby, and so I was making this for her new baby and whatever, and I was like, "Yeah, my back really hurts sitting on the floor," whatever. I was like, "But I'm a fucking trooper. I'm gonna get this quilt done. Watch me." And let me tell you, I am paying for it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, but I've been taking, this combination. So oh, did I tell you I fucked up my other foot again? I'm like a hot fucking
Yeah.
mess.
I was about to tell you that, I mean, before you move on to the foot, my meds changed to a compound in the last batch, which has
Yeah.
been 2 months-ish, to include glycine and B12.
Okay.
And they told me, "You're probably gonna feel a lot less muscle fatigue and just feel better in general." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, whatever. You're just mixing that in there because you have to get around the FDA and the compounding pharmacy needs the way." I was, like, doing all the business reasons. But you know what? It actually did work.
Really?
And so, usually, my tailbone hurts about, 30% of the day, maybe more,
Mhm.
and my back hurts all the time. Not so much that I need something for it, but it's just always there, and
Yeah.
it hasn't hurt at all since I switched to this compound.
Really? I am gonna talk to I'm about to run out of my current last vial, and so I'm
Yeah.
gonna talk to them about because I haven't lost any. I've been, like, steady at 200 for months.
That's the other thing I have to tell you. I'm so glad you brought it up.
Mhm.
Um, so I had this tooth pulled, right?
Yes.
Remember we talked about that before? So I had number 19 pulled. It's this largest tooth in your mouth, bottom left side, second one in from the back. And the whole experience was amazing, and I can talk about that later, but, um, they had me stop. They said 10 days before, and so
Mhm.
I did that. I didn't notice that I was hungry. I didn't feel any different without it.
Mhm.
So I had been worried about, like, all of a sudden I'm gonna be starving and I'm gonna turn into actually, I really sort of envisioned myself as a bit of a junkie who was going to immediately start ordering pizza and walking to the pantry and, like, bingey behavior.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was gonna happen,
Yeah.
but none of that happened. And then, in my mind, I was gonna take my shot the day after the tooth was gone. I was just gonna, like, get my baby back.
Right?
Like, my precious.
My precious.
And then, I didn't have a tooth in my mouth, so I didn't feel like eating, it turns out.
Right.
So I talked to my provider, Ashley, about when to start again. And I also talked to our friend Maureen, and she had already suggested to me that when you stall, that actually taking a long break and then restarting will help.
I was
And
wondering about that.
it totally worked. So
Really?
I was off for almost 4 weeks. I came
Okay.
back at 100, um, 10 milligrams, and
Okay.
I immediately dropped 2 pounds, which I had already gained back. So then I got back to where I was. So now I'm at 180, 186.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I'm hovering right around 200, give or take like 2 or 3 pounds, depending on if I'm retaining water or dehydrated or whatever. But it's just been, I'm like, this is not what is happening. Um, so yeah, I was thinking about doing that. So I got to call my provider and see
mhm.
what she recommends. But maybe I should just take a break.
Yeah. I mean, I think the takeaway would be nothing's gonna happen for quite a long time if you take a break. It's
Yeah.
gonna be fine.
Yeah. Well, and I've said this before, like I take my ADHD medication is also an appetite suppressant. So
Mhm.
even if I stop taking the semaglutide, I'll still have like something to like help curb my appetite and that kind of stuff. So I
Yeah.
won't be totally like flying free. I don't know. But
I promised myself when school started, which it's been like a month or 5 weeks, that I would get the exercise back in my regular routine,
yeah,
like on the schedule, and just it becomes just part of the, "This is what
part of
I'm
your
doing today."
yeah.
And
How's that going?
I haven't done it.
Haven't either.
Um,
I wanted to start doing it and and then it's like there's just a whole lot of going on,
yeah,
and with my parents' move and getting stuff done in their house and um, you know, getting in a regular like routine and dealing with, having to sue my former brokerage and it's just like and.
there's a
So,
lot.
yeah.
I know.
So, um, is that your cat?
That's the cat.
I was like, is there a baby crying? Like what?
She's 17.
Oh, she's very loud.
She's definitely about to go over the bridge.
Really? She's approaching
Yeah,
the bridges in the
she
future?
won't eat dry food anymore. She's like,
H Does she still have her
um
teeth?
she does still have her teeth, but she's in, like, she's probably in kidney failure or diabetic, so,
Uh,
um, I right now we're in the as long as she's not in pain,
yeah. Mhm.
yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen there.
Yeah. Speaking
She'll
of pain,
probably live for 5 more years.
yeah, and she'll cry every day. Uh, so speaking of pain, I fucked up my other so remember however many months ago when I broke my left foot? I broke
Mhm.
one of my toes?
When you were on the scooter?
No, I wasn't on the scooter, I just wore a boot.
Oh, the boot.
Yeah, I
Okay.
did the boot. But there's a dumbbell that we use to keep the office door open, and I just plowed my right foot right into that dumbbell, and let me tell you, my soul left my body.
Oh,
I was
it's
like
broken, like, definitely
I thought
broken.
for sure I went and got it x-rayed and it was not. The radiologist I thought it was, and the PA that saw me, he thought it was too, fractured
Mhm.
at least, but when the radiologist looked at it, he's like, "Nah," and I'm like, "Okay, well, it fucking feels broken." So, but the PA told me, he's like, "If you do this special combination of Tylenol and ibuprofen, it's like miracle pain medication." He's like and I was like, "Well, what do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, you take 2 extra strength Tylenol, which is 500 milligrams each, and then
Yep.
3 ibuprofens, which are 200 each, and
Yep.
you take it together, and that's, like, gonna have a and I was like, and let me tell you, it worked.
That's what they gave me when for my tooth. I got no pain meds.
They just gave you the yeah, so I was
They
like,
made me ice my face for 2 straight days, 15 minutes on and 15 minutes off. I decided later that must be a trick to get you to ice it enough because that's really hard to do.
"Yeah,
You'd
that would be rough,"
it
yeah.
would be like your full-time job for 2 days, just, like,
Yes.
swapping ice packs. But it really did work, and I didn't really have any pain until, like, 10 days after, where the sutures and the swelling kind of converged, and so the swelling was pushing so hard on the sutures that it was really sore.
Yeah, I can
So at that
imagine.
point, I started kinda going in there and tugging on them to see if they were dissolved enough to come out, and I got them all out over about 2 or 3 days, but that
Okay.
I was really impressed with not giving me any pain meds, and they didn't even bring it up, like, they never said a word about it. They're just like, "You're gonna be fine, just don't miss the ice. The ice is number 1 and most important." And I
Mhm.
had worked with a breast surgeon a couple years ago, and that was his whole thing. Even after breast surgery, he was putting his patients in ice vests, and I remember back then thinking,
Mhm.
well, I probably asked him outright on that podcast, like, "They really don't need any pain meds?" And he was like, "Nope, none. They don't need it." So I had that in the back of my mind, like, well, if breast surgery patients don't need narcotics, then I certainly don't need them for this silly tooth.
Mhm. Yeah, so I took my dose, like, I don't know, 30 minutes ago, 40
Yeah.
minutes ago maybe,
Are you
and,
icing it too?
my back? No.
Oh, I wonder if that would help.
I don't I don't know, I did the heating pad, and I have a TENS unit, which is like, the
Yeah.
little electrical shock stuff, but it's significantly better today than it has been, like, the last couple of days.
Yeah. So this has been going on for a while.
Yeah, so this has been, let's see, what's today? 4 or 5 d 4 days?
Did you finish the quilt though?
Oh, yeah, it's gorgeous,
Oh,
perfect, I'll
good.
text you a picture, it's beautiful, it's so cute. It's like I was really proud of myself because I designed it myself, so it wasn't like I went off of somebody else's pattern, so I was like, "I know what I'm doing, watch me do this thing," so, um, yes, so yeah, that's all I've been doing because I haven't been working, I've just been sewing quilt tops and putting quilts together. The I took all the T-shirts that we wore when we took Cordelia to Disney for the first time,
T-shirt
and I
quilt.
made a top for that. I wanna have that sent off to, like, a professional quilter because it's kind of an extra special one.
Yeah.
Um, but speaking of not working, I got a job.
Oh, good.
It's a company that, installs installation, that's not even a fucking thing. Oh my god. Installs insulation into new home construction built like new houses. So they work
They're just
specifically
the
with home
insulation
builders.
subcontractor? Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, and they do commercials too, and they're like, you know, been a family-run business for 50 years. They have offices all over the country, they're expanding, they're growing. Um, the position that I applied for was their office manager position for the Indy office, um, but they ended up, um, hiring somebody that had more industry experience for that, and I'm really not trying to, like, toot my own horn or, like, come across as, like, really self-absorbed or narcissistic, but I get the feeling that they created a position for me because
Really?
they like me so much.
That's
Um,
awesome.
so basically what he said was he's like, "Well, we hired this person, she had, industry experience, whatever, but I got approval to hire a second person." And so I think they were like, "Hey, we really want this girl.
Yeah.
Let's figure out a way to hire her for something." That's the impression that I got even though he didn't say those words. But you know how you get, like, that feeling, right? So I'm gonna be doing a lot of the same stuff that the office manager does, but I'll also be doing, more, like, general administration, executive assistant
Mhm.
type of stuff
Yeah.
for some of the other, managers in the company, so I don't know when I'm gonna start. I don't know exactly how much it's gonna pay yet, but he said I should hear back from the HR person in the next couple of days to, like, set everything up.
Amazing.
So, the schedule is gonna be so perfect. It's 7 a.m. to 3, so I'll be able to be home for an hour or an hour and a half before Cordelia gets off the bus. Justin's gonna have to get her on the bus in the morning, but it is what it is. So,
Well done.
I thank you. So I'm like, "Okay, well, at least I'll still be able to do, um, some real estate things on the side." Like, I've been helping out my dad, and I have, um, a buyer that I'm working with and possibly another person looking to rent a house. So,
Mhm.
anyways, yeah, I'm, like, super excited, and then you and I will still be able to record in the afternoons if we want.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we will.
yeah, so I was worried about that. I was like, "God, if I get, like, an 8 to 5, then I gotta figure out, like, when we're gonna record," and, like, I was concerned, you know? But everything's kind of, like, lining up. So, I'm super excited about it.
You know, I probably told you about the addiction podcast that I started working on.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes a project comes my way, and so there's several thoughts that I wanna pass along about this. I am very regimented about the way that we build podcasts and put them out
Mhm.
because the process has to work or nobody knows what they're doing and everything falls down. Like, that's
Right.
pretty basic. Like, you do a
Yeah.
recording, goes through an assembly line, and everybody has their part, and it works beautifully.
Yeah.
Well, this podcast, the host, his name's Matt, he basically has blown up the whole thing, but instead of me stressing out about it or trying to control it, for whatever reason, I just decided I'm gonna see what happens. I'm not
Okay.
gonna and it normally what I would do is, like, almost project it on myself, like, well, if the process doesn't go perfectly, he's gonna think I'm a bad person, or he's gonna think I'm bad at my job.
Oh, right. Immediately blame yourself, right? Mhm.
Of
Yep.
course,
Right.
yeah,
Yep.
but I didn't, and I couldn't tell you why I didn't. I think part of it was that I drove down there and I met him in person, and I recognized immediately that there was something different going on here.
Mhm.
And so where he was supposed to just do 1 recording a month, he was like, I'm gonna do 1 or 2 a day." I went, "What?
What?
You're
A
gonna
day?
what?" Yeah, and the stories he had a really clear point of view, and he has a very strong bias for action, so he just moves really fast. And if you don't go with them, it actually is counterproductive, so I just kinda
Right.
went, "I'm gonna just go. We're gonna go. We're gonna go."
Just get on board, get on the MAT train.
He even asked me to be on, and so what's been happening because we're talking all the time and we're hearing all these stories about people, the show is called My Last Relapse. It just came out. There's 1 episode out. I was just listening to it before we got on this morning, again, for the
Oh,
second
I'm gonna
time.
write that down so I can,
It is it's something special is happening with this show. So he puts people on to talk about their life after their last relapse and how it has changed since then. Because what's normally happening in this space of podcasting is people are just telling war stories and one-upping each other. It would be like if you and me just talked about, um, what we ate, and then you told me what you ate that was worse, and then I one-upped you with what I ate that was worse. And really, this is this show is about us exercising our own feelings about how our lives are different since we stopped eating, which technically, if you wanna get real,
mhm.
like, when was my last this helped me stop eating. That was my last relapse, was it all ended when this medication came along.
Mhm. Well, except for when Taco Bell brings back the 7-layer burrito, because that
No, it's the Mexi Melt.
Oh, God, you played me this week.
So when food is your addiction, like, like mine was, after all the other things I stopped being addicted to, like cigarettes, and I was never really I wouldn't say I was a heavy drinker, but it was just so I could smoke more cigarettes.
Oh gosh, you're funny. Well, and the thing about food is that you really can't stop eating. You have to
Mm-mm.
function. You have to
Mhm.
take nutrients into your body. Like this is how our bodies function. So it's a really much more difficult addiction to manage because it's not like cigarettes where you just stop smoking. You just stop drinking
Yeah, you
alcohol. You
can't just stop eating.
stop doing drugs. You just stop smoking weed. Like you still have to get up in the morning and have something to eat, right?
Yep.
So it's like it's kind of like an ever-present thing when you are really struggling with food addiction.
Yeah. And we celebrate everything in the world with food. We go out to eat. It's a special occasion.
Yeah, it's also like one of those things where you feel bad, you eat. You're celebrating, you
You
eat.
feel good, you eat. You feel
Yes,
you're
exactly. I
bored, you
even
eat.
so I'll tell you guys this, this week I got a "I'm concerned about Cordelia's behavior" message from her
Uh-oh.
teacher. And let me tell you, my daughter is going on 8. She'll be she'll be 8 next month, less than a month. We have never received any kind of "I am concerned about her behavior" message from any teacher, any daycare provider, anybody who's ever watched her ever. I was like, and it like it really fucked me up, like emotionally. I was like, I got like I wasn't defensive with the teacher. I wasn't, but to myself, I was like, what the hell does she mean? She's got a problem with my kid. Rah. This is all I'm thinking to myself. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, pump the brakes. And I reread the message and it was all about like, hey, she's exhibiting some behavior that's totally out of character for her. I'm concerned. Let's talk about it. Right. It was all the perfect things that a
Mhm.
teacher should be saying. She worded it beautifully, like, it was great. So I was like, "All right, Cam mama, just calm down, right? Your kid's not gonna it's not like she's going to jail, right? She just, has had a rough week." And, part of it, is the fact that she has homework now, and she's
Oh.
learning more complicated math, and she's the kind of kid that if she doesn't immediately grasp the concept the first time, she gets really frustrated with herself and doesn't wanna try.
Mhm.
Um, so, uh, my thought was, "Okay, if I have to talk to her about this and say, 'Look, this is the concerns your teacher had, and let's talk it through,'" I was like, "I should do it over some food that she really likes to eat." Because I was like, if she has to have bad feelings, at least she's eating something she really loves. That was where I went with it in my brain, and then I was like, "Okay, Cammy, we're not doing that." But that was the first thought. The first thought was, "Oh, I'm gonna take her to, like, McDonald's, or I'm gonna make her this, noodles that she likes or whatever. We're just gonna sit down and eat and talk about it so that, like" right? I was like, "Oh, no,
Mhm.
that we're not doing that." And my husband ended up talking to her and everything. I didn't even have to say anything about it. So he kinda just took the reins and, like, handled it, but that was my plan until I snapped out of it. Part of me was shocked that I thought that, and the other part of me was like, "Well, that's your normal, like, routine."
Default state. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Mhm.
Crazy. So, because I was like, "No, we're not, you know, if we have to talk about something that's difficult, we're not gonna do it over, you know, a bowl of ice cream or hot fudge sundae, or, like, we're not doing that." You
Nope.
know? So
Kari's been doing a thing where like last night it was chicken nuggets,
Mhm,
and I made enough for both of them and a few extras, and I'm fine. You can eat all the protein you want.
mhm,
But what she does consistently is overserve herself the first time. So she'll
yeah.
put like 12 chicken nuggets on her plate.
Oh my god. I
And
can't
I'll be
even eat
like,
that many.
"Kari, just take 5. Finish the 5. There's more if you need more." But, like, this pattern of giving herself too much from the very beginning is I've gotta get it reversed.
How old is she now? Remind me?
Same as Cordelia, she just turned 8.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's so when you make it, you don't just give her the plate with the food on it, she gets it for herself?
No, I do give her the plate.
Okay.
Well, most of the time I do, but, what's funny about this is another side effect of the medication, is that I just don't think about food, especially at night, and the kids need dinner.
I know, same here. I'm like, "Oh my god, wait a minute, I got" like, last night, I didn't even eat dinner, I just couldn't even, and, and then I was like, "Oh, wait, I gotta feed my kid." Like
Well, I'm off to Arizona tomorrow,
Oh, okay.
um, working
What are you doing
on
over there?
physical therapy podcast.
Oh, nice.
So we're recording live all day on Thursday. I met this team a couple weeks ago, at least half of them, and it was wonderful. So we did their first recording here in Austin, and now we have 4 or 5 more on Thursday at a conference. And I actually am looking forward to getting out of town.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, your hair looks good, by the way. I know you
Thank you.
were off to get your hair colored, and it's very blonde and fresh and beautiful.
Yeah, I like this
My
length
hair is
too.
like a total fucking sorry, I just totally derailed your conversation, but, like, I put this toner on it, and I don't like it. It's too beige, it needs to be brighter.
Mm, I agree. It's a
Yeah.
little dull.
Yeah.
It's not quite sassy enough for you.
Oh, no. So, anyhow, so sorry, you're going to
Yeah.
Arizona. Where, Phoenix or what?
Phoenix, and then when I'm done, I'll go to my cousin's house and gonna hang out with a friend from college and yeah. And then I'll see my mom's older sister, my Aunt Marcia, who we could do an entire podcast about her strange food and substance issues over
Oh,
the
yeah?
years. Um, but every time I go over there, I think this is the last time. So that'll be Friday, and then I'll come home Friday
Oh,
night.
okay.
Mhm.
Well, probably be nice to get away.
Yeah.
What are you gonna eat while you're there?
Well, I just texted my cousin last night before I went to bed. I was like, "We gotta find a great restaurant." But it's
Yes.
different. It's like you can just go enjoy the people and the place and not
Mhm.
necessarily like I
Well, and
don't
you can still enjoy the food. I mean, you can
Yeah,
still go and get something. You're just not like for me, it's like you can still go and enjoy whatever food it is that you want. I'm just not eating like the entire plate plus a dessert plus the appetizers, right?
yeah.
So, you know,
Well, what I'm
that's why
looking
I like
forward to is wider than the food.
yes,
It's the whole it's
the
actually
whole thing.
seeing the people that I'm the most excited about, so,
Yeah. Yep. That's
yeah.
why I like doing sushi because it's, like, smaller portions, and then I was like, "Oh, I can do 1 roll of sushi as opposed to, like, 2 or maybe 3."
Oh, my husband and I used to go and we'd order like 5 or 6.
Yeah. Mhm.
Mhm.
Yep,
Mhm.
definitely.
Well, I will see you
Alright,
next
friend.
week,
Okay,
and
well,
I'll put
you
the
take
link to the My Last Relapse in the show notes if anyone wants
yes,
to listen.
yes.
It's
I,
remarkable,
I'm
and
gonna
I
listen
think
to it.
nobody there's no one I know who hasn't been touched by addiction in some way,
Oh,
and
completely.
so
Yeah.
hopefully we're helping people, and actually, we put episode 1 out on Friday quietly with no marketing, and
Uh-huh.
we already have like 50 subscribers, just over the weekend.
Oh,
So
nice.
something is happening with this show, so I'm
Oh, that's
excited to see
good.
where it goes.
That's good. Yeah, I will, I'm gonna take a listen and shoot it out to on my social medias, even though I don't do a lot with social media, but I'll share it for sure.
Okay.
Okay. Mwah.
Love you.
Love you.
Follow us on Instagram at Less of You Podcast. Are you confronting the same challenges and have a story to tell? I'd love to hear your story on our Skinny Shot Stories podcast. Contact me for more details at skinnyshotstories.com. If you're a doctor and would like to learn more about sponsoring this or any of our cosmetic surgery and weight loss podcasts, go to lessofyou.com. Less of You is a production of The Axis, TAGAXIS.io.